Okay, so I want to talk about Moses. At first, I wasn't Moses, but I did read something about Moses like 3 days ago. Then I seen something 2 days ago, and then I just seen something now that just reminded me. So I'm like, okay, this is a sign. Gotta talk about Moses. And actually, it ties in on what I was gonna say. And what I was gonna say is to younger people or anyone that feels outcasted, don't let anyone tell you you're not who you are. Don't let anyone tell you that or make you feel like you don't belong, because God made us all different and special for our own way, our own purpose, his way. And you know, growing up in a Baptist church, and I'm not black, but I was raised by my stepfather, that I call him my dad. He's black. My grandma, grandpa, everyone's black, and my family and my friends are black. And I always felt outcasted though, because I'm not black. I'm Hispanic, and but I didn't speak Spanish. I wasn't raised with Hispanics, so I felt outcasted with the Hispanics. And then I, um, went to school in California, and I hung out with white people and listened to their music. But when I come down here, I didn't fit in with them either, so I felt outcasted. All right, sad violin, I get it. Okay, well, now that I'm in the Word of God, to me, I feel like sometimes I don't look like a person that's a child of God, or I don't, yeah, I'm young. Like, I had just went to a conference, it was like a brotherhood meeting, and I felt, of course, I was the only, I'm not white, but non-black person there. I did bring my neighbor, though, and he's white. But and not only was I not black and everyone else was black, I'm past that part, but I was young, praising God and really understanding what they were talking about, and that made me feel like I look like I don't belong, but I know, I know I belong. So I wanted, so I'm going to talk about Moses, but that's the background of what I was going to say. And what I was going to say is, it don't matter what someone looks like. It don't matter what they've been through. Um, God, his disciples and everyone, the prophets, everyone, no one really looked like what people would think they look. Maybe some of them did, but most of them didn't. Some of them were alcoholics. Some of them were prostitutes. Some of them were murderers. Some of them were just had anger issues. Some of them were weak. Some of them were, had to be humbled. So God uses different people. And I had seen a picture where it says he died for the drug dealer just like he died for the preacher. Just cause, and I don't think like this, but I know there's people out there that think because someone has a higher paying job that they deserve God more, or that person can't be anointed because they're broke or something like that. Well, I'm sure it says in the Bible, the riches is within, store your treasures in heaven, not on earth. So, anyways, I say all that, and that's what I was gonna say is, don't let no one make you feel like you don't belong in the room. Don't let no one make you feel like you don't know what you're talking about, when you know it's coming from God and you know what you're talking about. And then, so what I had said, I seen 3 days, 2 days, and now today was Moses. And randomly I just read whatever in the Bible, and not like that, but it was Moses. And Moses, hold on, I think Moses was a Hebrew, and I think they were looked down on. And there's a story there's a story in the Bible where Moses, so we all, I don't know if we know, this video could be so long because I can go on and on about it. But Moses' background was, he was a Hebrew. They were going to kill all the kids, and the mama, it's like Prince of Egypt. Yeah, it's a movie, a Disney movie. The mama took her baby, took Moses, and didn't want him to get killed. So she put him in a basket, and he went away. And this is how God works. He got found by the queen of a palace, and she took him in. Coincidental, nothing's coincidental. He's very intentional. the maid that worked at that palace ended up being Moses' biological mother. So it just all worked out. Well, then he went and killed, he got mad and he killed, he seen an Egyptian prince beating on a Hebrew, and he's a Hebrew and he never forgot where he came from and working at the palace. And even though he looked, as like a prince, he didn't like that. That's one of his kind. So he killed the Hebrew. No, I'm sorry. He killed the Egyptian prince that was beating on the Hebrew. People seen it, like, what's going on? Well, he ran away, and there was a bush, a burning bush, and it was calling out Moses. And Moses said, "Here I am." And God said, "I am the God of your fathers, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, the God of Jacob. My people are having a hard time in Egypt. I'm going to bring you to bring them out. I want you to lead them." And this is what I was going to say. Moses said, "They'll ask who I am." And God said, "Tell them that I am." Like, capital I am. I am Alpha, I am Omega. I am the great I am. And then Moses said, "They'll never believe me." And he said, "What's that in your hand?" And he had a shepherd's rod, and he threw it on the ground. It turned into a snake. God said, "Pick it up by the tail." Sorry. Yeah, by the tail. And Moses, scary as it was, Moses, that's the faith he had in God. He did it, and it turned back into a rod. And God said, "This is your reminder to know my power. I let you carry it." Yeah, I let my power carry with you. And he said, "Show people these signs, and they will believe God sent you." This is what I want to say. Moses said, "But I am not a very good talker." And I love this part because God said, "Well, who gives people speech? I created mouths. I created talk." So he said, "Don't I? I'll tell you what to say." Moses still had back, "Please send somebody else. I totally can get it. I totally can get it, because it's like an honor to speak for God. It really is. But the backlash that you get with it, you're like, oh Lord, please give it to somebody else, because I already don't think I can do it. And then you tell me I can do it, but then on top of it, they're just gonna doubt me the whole time." And he said, "Your brother and Aaron speaks well." God said, "He'll go with you. I'll tell you what to say, and he'll say it for you." So that's good. He'll allow people to help you along your journey, which is great. And if you believe, you believe. If you don't, you don't. But the video is about don't worry about what people think of you. Spread your message anyway. If there's something on your heart to say, stand up and say it. Don't follow the crowd, and say it. And then the second part was Moses even doubted. God came to Moses and said, "Look, I'm choosing you to speak and lead my people." And Moses was like, "Well, I don't know how to talk." God said, I created your mouth. Well, who do you think came up with speech? You think I can't fix that for you? He can. And so don't let anyone tell you who you are or whose you are, because only you and God truly know. And don't let no one doubt you, and don't doubt yourself, because if God has chosen you to speak, then just take the call. And it takes a lot of strength, I understand, but he say, "I'm the one that gives you power." So don't let anyone judge you, no matter what you look like, because we never were fit to fit the mold anyway. Because if we fit the mold, then we'll just be a follower. And people of Christ, people of God, we're not followers, we're leaders. So either you get on the boat or you don't. But that's what I have today. So thank you.